Theta set to launch an NFT marketplace via a partnership with the World Poker Tour. CryptoPunk sales actually exceed NBA Top Shots for the very first time, and Sotheby's auction house finally get into the NFT game. Hey guys, my name is Todd Wanish, and welcome to the first edition of NFT Crypto. This is your exclusive source for uncovering everything hot within the NFT space. Hot art, hot projects, and the latest news. We're going to be doing this every weekday, so be sure to come back and be sure to tune in. If you are new here, which you probably are because this is the very first video, do me the favor, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to do all the finger pointing to the clicky thing. If you can actually just hit that subscribe button and make sure to ring the bell for notifications, because you and I both know that YouTube tends to gatekeep a lot of the stuff, especially when it comes to crypto. So unless you let them know that you want to hear more things about this and you want to see more videos like this, you're going to miss out unless you hit that notification bell and that subscribe button. And you're going to want to do that. You're going to not want to miss out because this info is time sensitive and it's often important. This stuff moves super, super quick, and I'm here to give that to you. So be sure you are on the list. Make sure you hit that notification bell and that subscription button. All right, guys, let's jump in. So the big news of the day, really for me anyway, is that Theta is set to launch an NFT marketplace for the World Poker Tour this coming season. And why is this big? Well, it's big because that brings in about 140 million viewers to Theta network. That is massive. And the dynamic that they've created together for this launch is really interesting. The fact that Theta is now directly moving into NFTs is also incredibly bullish, I believe, for Theta and for NFTs in general. So I want to dive into this for just a minute to explain my thoughts on it. So the World Poker Tour is launching the world's first real-time NFT marketplace. And what they're going to do is they're actually doing something very, very interesting. So they are going to be launching live in-show advertisements and promotional segments during the episodes, during their streaming services, during their episodes. And what it's going to do is it's actually going to direct viewers to the NFT marketplace where you can queue up and you can purchase exclusive packs and other items for a very limited time, right? Including like a unique legendary poker moment, which is taking that Top Shots model a little bit, right? And the amazing thing about this, and I'm just going to read a quote from the CEO who says, "Our exclusive NFT launch with Theta Network is one of our biggest digital initiatives to date. And for the first time ever, we're combining our global reach of live televised poker with an NFT marketplace." Think about that, guys. We're talking about live television and live streaming combined with a live auction or live sale. I think that's phenomenal, and that excites me quite a bit. This gives our fans an interactive, real-time opportunity to collect a piece of the WPT poker action, and this is, I believe, the future. A big part of the NFT's future, where you can actually be a part of a show or watch a show, and you can drive traffic to a purchase, to a sale in real time, right? The fact that you're going to be able to watch this show live and then purchase things from that show has a lot of different possibilities as we move forward in the space. Now, the big question, and I thought this was a great segment of the article, I'm really glad they wrote this up, which is why Theta for NFTs? Like, why not? There's so many things out there. Why this? Well, the first part is that Theta was specifically built for media entertainment as a way for you to share your bandwidth. So it makes perfect sense that they're also going to be tying that into NFTs from a live streaming or video source. The other thing that's interesting about Theta is that the cost of minting NFTs and gas fees are going to be super low, much lower than if you've ever used Ethereum. These costs for gas fees can be $50, $100, $120. It's kind of crazy right now in the Ethereum space for gas fees. But with Theta, we're talking 0.00001 in terms of fees. And in terms of transaction times, they're saying that it's 100x faster than Ethereum. So that is major, and it has major implications for the future of both Theta, NFTs, and also Ethereum, right? Ethereum's got to get its act together. Also, and this I thought was very interesting and a really good point, is that the Theta protocol is built from the ground up on a proof of stake model and therefore uses a fraction of the electricity and resources, making it significantly greener and more environmentally friendly than other platforms. And this is a huge point because one of the main issues surrounding NFTs is the idea, and I'm going to say it's an idea because there's a lot of misinformation surrounding it, but there's a belief that NFTs create more are not as environmentally sound as other things. And that's not necessarily true. There's been a lot of misinformation and people are not understanding a lot of the technical aspects of NFTs. They're blaming NFTs for things. A lot of traditional artists are blaming NFTs for things. It's not actually the case. It's actually the entire ecosystem of Ethereum. It's everything. In fact, if you wanted to blame something, you probably blame DeFi because DeFi is like 97% of the entire Ethereum marketplace. I think NFTs only take up like 3%. So not saying that is completely wiping the slate clean from NFTs from being environmentally sound, but it's not as bad as people say. With that said, there's a tremendous push from a lot of different places to produce more environmentally friendly platforms that can push NFTs and other things. So I think the fact that Theta does this from the get-go is amazing, and it was it showed an incredible amount of forethought to actually push this in the right direction from the beginning. So that is a really big idea, and I really think that this is big news. The fact that Theta is going to be moving into the NFT space and tying it into live television or live streaming into a real-time auction or a real-time buying session is big, and I think you're going to see a lot of other players in the field kind of get inspired by this. So I think that's pretty cool. Next up, we've got if my tabs decide to move. Next up, what we have is a really cool story about the battle between. Here we go. The battle between Ethereum. Of Ethereum NFTs, right? The battle between CryptoPunk sales and NBA Top Shots. And what's so interesting about this is that the actual CryptoPunks token, right? The NFTs for CryptoPunks have finally broken past NBA Top Shots. And I want to talk a little bit about why that is. And first, what we're going to do is instead of just focusing on that article, I'm actually going to take you over to DApp Radar for their NFTs overview. I highly recommend it just so you can stay on top of everything. And here it is. Number 1, CryptoPunks. Number 2, NBA Top Shot. And there's a lot of other great projects in here, but for this video, I'm just going to focus on those two. Here's the big takeaway. Here's the important thing. The fact that CryptoPunks is number 1 is important, but what's more important is the volume, the trading number, and the sales. The volume on CryptoPunks is over $5 million, while NBA Top Shots is 2.6. So CryptoPunks is almost double that of NBA Top Shots. And that in itself is incredibly impressive. But what's more impressive are the number of traders and the number of sales. CryptoPunks was able to beat NBA Top Shots by only having 90 traders, not 90,000, not 9,000, 90. Compare that to NBA Top Shots, who is 40,000, has 40,000, basically 40,500 traders and a volume of 2.7 million, right? That means that they had a sales of 49,047. So most of those are single sales, right? You've got 49,047 sales and 40,492 traders. Whereas with CryptoPunks, you've got 90 traders and 64 sales. The fact that you can generate $5 million in volume based off of 64 sales is insightful, not just to the strength of the buying or the collector market that CryptoPunks has, but it also creates provenance and a floor for future sales. What do I mean by that? Well, CryptoPunks already has a form of provenance because of its historical nature being one of the earlier NFT projects in the space. But what's more impressive in terms of long-term value, and we're talking long-term being decades or even centuries, is the fact that its collecting base is increasing exponentially, and the volume of trading is growing. The actual amount that's being traded is growing while the actual sales are staying small. That is a huge signal that this has a collecting or buying floor, and that it's actually going to be able to extend itself way into the future. What that tells me right there is that in 50 years, 100 years, people will most likely be buying CryptoPunks the same way they buy a Basquiat, the same way they buy a Warhol, the same way they buy any contemporary artist. That is something that is phenomenal and should be commended. And one of the reasons that this is so impressive, and one of the reasons why CryptoPunks was able to take that first spot, is because it not only has the provenance of a historical nature, but now it's getting mainstream support by mainstream recognized institutions like Christie's. So if we look at Christie's is now doing an auction of CryptoPunks, and this would be one of the reasons why CryptoPunks has really taken off in the last few, really within the last couple of weeks here, is because Christie's gives it authenticity, and it gives it a true connection to a historical art movement. Right? Christie's gives it a stamp of approval. It's social proof, right? Being inside of Christie's or being inside of an auction with Sotheby's or Phillips or some other brand name auction house is another form of provenance. So you're going to see CryptoPunks. They're here to stay. So get your hands on one if you can. If you can't afford it, that's okay. Maybe next time, maybe we can save money and make your fortune and then buy one. So it's very interesting. The evening sale is going to be on May 13th in New York City. And this is fantastic. Again, this is a huge move, and it really speaks to the longevity of CryptoPunks, the future longevity of CryptoPunks. And it also has started to this idea of auction houses moving into the NFT space, of course, first with Beeple and now with other things, is starting to get wider. And I think what you're going to see over the next year or two is a completely new division within the major auction houses to focus only on NFTs, just as they have jewelry auctions and they have sculpture auctions and they have multiples and print auctions, and just like they have watch auctions, you're going to see the top auction houses have regular NFT sales. At first, they're going to focus on specific things. Over time, you're going to have your Christie's fall contemporary NFT sale, and you're going to be able to really go in and treat these assets like true assets, and have them be comparable to other works of art. So that's amazing, and I'm glad that we can be here to document it. Just to kind of prove my point, Sothebeast is jumping in as well, and they're doing their very first NFT auction with Pack. So Pack is a really good digital artist. I really like his work. And the interesting thing about Pack, at least this auction, is that there's a little bit of gamification that's included with it, which I really like. The interesting thing that NFTs have, and especially the creators behind NFTs, is that it gives you the ability to play. There's always been a little bit of playfulness embedded inside of the NFT market, and I think you see that with CryptoPunks, right? Like, it's a little tongue in cheek, it's awesome, but it doesn't exactly take itself too seriously, which adds, I think, to the desirability of it. And this is the same thing, where what Pack's doing is you are going to be able to buy cubes, and each cube adds to each cube, and it sounds a little complicated. It's actually a really interesting game. So you'll be able to purchase, for instance, if you buy, let's see, I'll just read it to you. An example: if you buy one cube, you will receive a single NFT, which is literally a cube. If you purchase 6 cubes, you're going to receive 2 NFTs, one of 5 cubes, and then a cube, a single cube. So it's kind of like giving change, right? If you buy 26 cubes, you're going to receive 3 NFTs. You'll receive 1 NFT that's 20 cubes, Then you'll receive one NFT that's 5 cubes, and then you'll receive one NFT that is just a cube, summing up the 26 cubes. And each cube is, I believe, $500. So the more you put in, the different types of NFTs you get. That is a very, very cool game mechanic, and I really like that. And just to show you just a little bit more about it, if I pop over, I will say the other thing before I forget. The other thing that's really interesting about this is that Sotheby's is, as everyone knows or should know, it's a top tier auction house. They have their own mechanics. They have their own software, their own platforms to handle auctioneering. However, because of the nature of NFTs and handling Ethereum and things like that, they're partnering up with Nifty Gateway. So this is actually going to be hosted over on Nifty Gateway. So as soon as my slow ass computer decides to catch up and go over to Nifty Gateway, I will show you the page. So here it is. Here's the Sotheby's page, and it's on Nifty Gateway, right? So where it says Nifty Gateway and Sotheby's, there's the partnership. Of course, because it's Sotheby's, we're talking about collectors who are ultra high net worth individuals. They have, in some cases, tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars to spend. So there's, of course, a disclaimer about making purchases over 100,000. You can pay with a wire transfer or ACH. You don't need to use Ethereum. So it's good to see that Nifty Gateway understands. Or has at least spoken to, I'm sure they've spoken to Sotheby's in depth about the best way to service Sotheby's customers who are most likely not NFT or crypto savvy, or at least some of them aren't, right? So this is the open edition. This is what's so interesting about this. You get that cube for $500. It's open. And you can see the breakdown. So if you had 500 units, you get 500 cubes, etc. It's very, very interesting. Here are some of the different pieces. And like I said, I think we are in an incredible time within the NFT space where there's so many experiments going on, including the pixel, and you can get one pixel for over $1 million, which is fantastic. You've got the Switch, which is 1.3 million, because I believe that had some other type of utility that hasn't been disclosed yet. So you can already see these pieces are going to go for quite a bit. And the gamification aspect, the fact that you can actually modify a traditional auction by adding gamification techniques to it, or game theory, is completely unique to the actual ability that NFTs have to trigger certain events or to be sold in specific ways. You can't really do this with traditional art. You don't say buy one Picasso, get another Picasso free, right? You don't say buy this artwork and something magical happen. Like, that does not happen. So this is an incredibly exciting time. I hope you see it as exciting as I do. I think we're in for a wild ride, not just this year, this being a bull run year, but for many years to come. So with that, leave a comment below. What do you think about all this? I would love to know exactly your thoughts on NFTs, your thoughts on the Christie's auction and the Sotheby's auction, and Theta. Theta's on a tear, and it's phenomenal. Let me know your thoughts. I will do my best to answer everything in the comments. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much.